Street dining sheds have been credited with helping keep some restaurants going during the pandemic.
Yeah, but they've also been criticized for drawing rodents and bugs and noisy patrons. And now there's a lawsuit to try to get them removed.
Now with us is the chairperson of Community Board 4 in Bushwick, Brooklyn, Robert Camacho. Mr. Camacho, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Sir, you're part of the lawsuit. So what's your biggest complaint about these dining sheds?
The noise, the people don't leave, 3, 4 in the morning. Some of the stores have apartments above it. People can't sleep. The kids are trying to go to school. There's a daycare next to there. They don't leave. You know, they close at 2, 2:30, and 3, 4 in the morning, they're still out there making noise.
Wow. Well, you had the community board, right? Have you made efforts to have these businesses maintain those sheds?
Yes, we do, but they don't comply. You got to send some. By the time they come, we make the people call 311. From 311, we tell them to give it to us. We send a city out there. It takes time. By the time they come, the situation's gone, or they go and clean up after. Then when they leave, then you got kids hanging out in there. Sometimes they don't want to leave. We have a lot of issues with a lot of times. Kids want to hang out. People want to hang out in them sheds, and they're inside eating, and these people hanging out, and the owner of the store tell them they got to go out, and we have a lot of issues with that too. So.
Well, the lawsuit claims the COVID emergency keeps getting extended just to keep these sheds going and help the restaurant industry. Is it your opinion maybe that some of these restaurants might go out of business without those sheds?
They did it before without it, before it was COVID. Before the pandemic, remember, you wasn't going inside. They did a Article 79. You couldn't go inside. Everybody had. So it was time for them to go inside and do it outside, to do what they had to do. And I think now it's time. Some of these sheds are terrible. There's feces in them. There's garbage. There's rodents. The last year, sanitation couldn't go by, left all the snow in some sides. We had a lot of issues with that.
Yeah, but there are some sheds, though, where the restaurants actually do maintain them, right? I mean, some actually do. But do you want all of them to go, including those as well?
Well, if we got to start all over and make sure there's the time frame, there's no mechanism in finding out when they close outside so people can sleep. There's no one supervising who's in charge to make sure. Is it PD? Is it environmental protection with the noise? Is it who's in charge? Who do we call to make sure okay, PD come, the noise comes down, they leave, and we need to find out and set. And every community is different in its own ways in regards to noise. We meet in regards to all the problems that's going on. We need to address who's gonna monitor them, what they're gonna do, who's gonna do it, and enforcement.
Yeah, so
and making sure that they're in comply.
Yeah, exactly. So tougher regulation and enforcement. But just to be clear, you're not telling the businesses that actually maintain their sheds, take good care of them, clean the garbage, and that it helps their business. You're not against them keeping their sheds up.
No. If you're being a good neighbor and you're doing what you have to do and you're working, some of these, to be realistic, some of these restaurants, I don't know why the mayor is in regards with the Restaurant Alliance. What's going on? One agency, he's agreeing to them. There's other things that we as a community really needs to focus on to make sure that we get our services too, and not only theirs, especially the people that live in this community for so many years, that wants to sleep, that wants to have a clean environment. We're no longer in the 70s anymore with all the garbage, all the mess that's going on. We're in the 70s. We need to control this. We need to make sure that we have a nice environment where people can come out and have their little food if they want in the side. They got the sidewalk. They got the streets. There is no one monitoring anyone to make sure anything is even safe. Nothing. Who's going out there checking? Then they say, well, if you see a shed that's dangerous, give us a call. No, you should be checking before they went in there. Now they're gonna charge them. You know they're gonna charge them now, right? And now they're charging them $1,600 for that shed, for life or for the term. We don't know what it's gonna be. Is it every year? Or they're charging them. So now I live in my home. I own my home for 40 years, right? I can't use my front of my place for a permanent parking. Why they don't give us a residential parking in front of our place? We got to go all over. I'm disabled to look for parking. Why don't he? But he gives it to City Bike. They give it to the kiosk. Now they give it to the shed. So what happens to us? Our seniors and our people, that homeowners that live in this community for we're not talking about 60, 70, 40 years, people that have been here. We went through this already.
It's about quality of life.
Of course.
Yeah.
We went through this in the 70s. We went through this in the 80s. We're in 2022. We're going to be 2023. It's all right. You want to make a little money? Get your little chair in the side. Put your little umbrella in the side. At a certain time, shut it, close it down. Go inside, make all the noise inside you want. You know how many 311 complaints we got? 6,776 noise complaints.
Well,
So Bushwick don't sleep. My kids don't sleep. But yet it's all right for other people to come in here, dump garbage on us, eat the stuff and throw it, and then leave, and we got to deal with the problem.
Yeah.
We really need something that's going to work. We need to work with the community. We need to work with the stakeholders, people that live here 60, 40 years. Imagine me going to your house and opening your refrigerator. You look at me like I'm crazy. We need to have something that makes sure that the community is a stakeholder that we belong to. Are these stores giving back to the community? Our kids are disenfranchised. We really need stuff. Are those stores giving back to this community? Show me one store. If there is a few, all of them, are they giving back for us to take all this pain and suffering that's going on? It's COVID, yes. Our kids working at home. They were working at home all 2 years. Working at home, the noise, the garbage, the smell. Did you see some of those sheds?
Yeah, Mr. Camacho, we hear your pain. And I know that you
It's terrible. Not only that, it's disheartening to see that they're only catering to one entity. It shouldn't be. COVID, the epidemic is over. Open it inside, send them inside. Let's sit down and see what we're going to do on the outside. Get them out the street. It's dangerous. We don't need those sheds in the middle of the street, especially if they don't know if it's safe or not.
Mr. Camacho, thank you so much. I'm sorry we've run out of time. We hear your frustration, and we wish you the best of luck for your neighborhood.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.